Dubeau. I am running for re-election in Ward 5, and the reason being is that our city's at a very difficult time in its history right now. We have some extreme challenges going forward. We know what's not going to happen. We know the jobs that are disappearing. There's some maybes. We know the infrastructure and such needs a lot of work. So I think some experience that I've gained over the last 4 years is very important. And quite simply, I think that that the questions that I asked over the last 4 years that have raised some issues. So I think I can continue to do that going forward. Well, obviously we do have a lot of issues going forward. Our Director of Public Works has identified that there's a number of our sewers that have collapsed across the city. And so that has to be our focus. We cannot be wasting money anywhere else. So we have to be more efficient on how we plan and how we do things. The KPMG report some 3 years ago identified that we pay well over $2,000 more to maintain or to plow our roads per kilometer. $2,000 per kilometer than most every other municipality in Northern Ontario. So obviously we need to be more efficient in how we do things. So overall, what I hear a lot, and I'm knocking on doors, and just heard yesterday, is that people don't mind paying their taxes and they feel they're getting value for it. And I think in a lot of instances, people do not feel that they are, because our taxes are much higher than most municipalities in Ontario and across Canada. So we do have to be more efficient in how we plan our work and spend the taxpayer money. Well, let's make it very clear. I was never against full investing. I had some serious issues with the business plan. You look at the business plan, and quite simply, it didn't have a chance of succeeding. The numbers were just the expected revenues equaled exactly the expected expenses. That's not a budget, and it was proven to do so both years. It lost $0.6 million and it lost $1.6 million. So, quite simply, we've proven that we don't know how to organize something like this, and politicians should not be organizing concerts. I think we should continue to, maybe going forward, to host a festival at that time of the year again, but let's bring in the professionals. Timmins Festivals and Events Committee, Rock on the River, they've done an incredible job over the last 3 years. They work within a budget, a realistic budget, that are based on, the budget is based on facts. There is information out there to tell you how many people you can expect to attend any kind of event in your community based on the population and the income and such like that. Rock on the River uses those figures to estimate what's going on. So every year they've made money and they've continued to grow. We ignored that formula, which is used across the industry. So quite simply, I say Stars and Thunder did not have a chance of succeeding. There's just no way it did. Because with our population base and what we can draw from within 2 to 3 hours, it just can't happen with a $5.7 million budget. Last year, I asked our treasurer his opinion of the budget, and he stated that we should have a 25% contingency built into that. Well, that was $1.6 million. He was bang on. And yet, I put forth an amendment for the budget, so let's include a 30% contingency. Actually, I even had a little bit more. And it was voted down 7-2. This is our chief financial officer for the city of Timmins. Say, listen, we've got to allow for some room in here for unexpected things which always occur, whether it's weather or whatever it might be. And we ignored that, and that was very irresponsible. The city should support an event like the Kayak Challenge, like the Rock on the River, but not be the main organizer and promoter of the project. First of all, our employees have enough work to do. This took them away from a lot of their work. Our department has been meeting on a monthly basis, 32 of them every month. We're taking them away from their work. Second of all is that it cannot affect the taxpayers. Okay, this has to be a standalone event. But yes, do I support something like that? I support all of it. And I've been going to Kayak Challenge and there's other events in the city over the years, and it's been great. The community's coming out. The community's showing that they want to come out to these kind of things. And I've already talked to members of the Timmins Festivals and Events Committee like that, about them possibly doing it. And I would volunteer as a citizen to help behind the scenes, to help organize something like that. But should the city do this officially? No. All of the existing members of council know that staff is doing everything they can to fix the issue. So I don't have a problem with any new candidates coming in saying we got to fix this, because of course we have to fix this. In this day and age that we're pumping raw sewage in the 4th mile lake, that doesn't make any sense. It's unbelievable that we're even at this point. And it never should have got here. And I can tell you for a fact that when this first came up several times at council, Councillor Campbell and I both expressed serious concerns about the planning and what was told to us by staff and the issues. And this is all part of the public record. That basically the contractor wasn't following the design, the engineer design of the project. And we didn't stop them from doing so. So we all know that, so all members of council know where we are. We know we're in litigation, so we can't speak on it. And we shouldn't. So if anybody's going to make that a campaign issue for this, any existing councillor, that shouldn't happen. Any new person coming in, by all means, of course, because this is unbelievable in this day and age of technology and just, care for the environment that we're doing this. It's totally unacceptable. Most communities, the downtowns are suffering. The box stores, all sides of the community. So you have to, the downtown has to be something different, more services and whatever. That's what Timmins has become. And I think it's all in all, it's doing okay. We do have a lot of vacant buildings, but that's just a sign of the times. Now, as regards to safety downtown, I've talked to a lot of people who have businesses who leave here late at night, and they have expressed that concern, and it is a real concern. Obviously, that's more of a police issue. I'm not going to try and tell them what to do, but it's something we definitely need to address. Well, when this was initially brought to council, council voted unanimously to get a basic design for a pool at a cost of about $150,000 to be shovel ready should the funds become available at the provincial federal level. So we thought, just in case that does happen, let's at least be at that point. Then it morphed into it started off at a $15,000 pool and arena, and now it's morphed into a $50 million aquatic center and gym. And so, excuse me, just going back to being shovel ready, we were shovel ready over $1 million ago. Excuse me. We spent well over an extra $1 million to have specific design for a complex, which was given to us by the design company that has a 30-day shelf life. And now it's sitting on the shelf, and when it comes time to do that, that design will no longer be, it can be used obviously, the same price tag won't be there, and it just never should have been done because there was nothing on the horizon to say that the provincial and federal governments were going to provide any kind of funding. This should have been stopped a long time ago. I asked the consultant when we were at about $250,000, are we shovel ready? He said, you were shovel ready a long time ago. So why we continue to go forward with this is beyond me, because we were told. Well, my platform is simple. It's what I've been talking about for the last 4 years, is fiscal responsibility, accountability, and transparency, which I think has been terribly lacking with this council many times. We're bringing things to council on one night and passing them in one night, including a $5 million festival, when the community had no clue about it. So that has to stop. So we've got to make sure that all of staff and council are transparent in everything that we're doing. The only thing that attracts people or retains people in the community is a job. It's not a pool. It's not a festival. Those are nice to have, right? So we need employment. So we have to obviously encourage new employment and support the employment that we have now. One of the ideas that I've been thinking about for the last little while, and I broached with staff, when I first led the initiative to bring the farmers market back. It's been a great experience, dealing with the people there and talking to the farmers and talking about their challenges. And you can see some of the successes that are out there. And there's a couple farms now that are growing year round. And in talking with them, there's in other communities, northern communities around the world, and from Quebec to Alaska, they have greenhouses that are good to minus 120. So, like I said, I've broached the subject, and I've talked to the TABC, I've talked to staff. So what I'd like to see is a plan, and I've talked to the farmers. A lot of farmers need some support to maintain what they have, but they also want to grow their operations, and they need some help with that. So I'd like to be able to help them going forward with that. And I think quite simply we can lower the amount of the cost of produce for the north. It's very likely that we could provide fresh fruit and vegetables for the north year-round. And our growing season, people say it's shorter. It is, but it's not. Our days are longer. So that makes our growing season longer. And also, working with Guelph University, who's come up here and develop agricultural plans for other communities, they will come up here and develop an agricultural plan for you, test the soil, and find the best methods of growing across the north. With that, not only are we providing fresh fruit and vegetables all year long, we're also creating jobs. These greenhouses employ between 50 to 70 people. And it's one thing Timmins has, a lot of land. And there's no doubt that we can do it. And this is something I'm really excited about. And talking to the TEDC, they're really excited about it. And there's a lot of opportunities. This is something that there's a lot of opportunities for funding and planning to help us with it. Well, it's going to be part of our overall plan that any developer wants to develop any kind of a project. Affordable housing has to be involved in that going forward. But, it's quite clear we haven't done that for a long time. Affordable housing is lacking, so just plain and simple. We have to make this part of our plan. It has to be a priority. This is not a second thought, it has to be our priority. The city of Timmins has an opportunity right now. We do have a lot of issues, a lot of problems, but we have a lot of positives and a lot of things to look forward to. And I think staff has a good handle on the issues that need to be addressed, and they're prioritizing well. So we have to enable staff and empower staff to get these jobs done. Let's get out of their way. I think we've got some excellent staff in there, and so let's help them with that. Because quite simply, there's only so much we can do. There's a lot of we have a lot of need to haves. There's a lot of nice to haves. The nice to haves need to be put on the shelf right now. We just quite simply can't afford it right now. We all want newer and nicer things and bells and whistles. We all want new cars every year. We don't do that in our personal lives. Why would we do that in our public lives? Actually, I saw a map. It's pretty interesting. Somebody showed me on Google Earth. And they showed me northern Quebec and the border. Northern Quebec and northern Ontario. And I believe it's Lassar. And you look at it, and Quebec, northern Quebec is all farms. And when you get to the border, it's all bush. It's amazing. So we're not reinventing things. And they're doing it. They're growing these fruits and vegetables all year round. I know that two farmers are going to start growing strawberries beginning up in December of this year. That's local. And they want to grow and expand their businesses and make it more and more so. So we can help them, we can help others, and we can have a cooperative with this 4 to 7 acre greenhouse. And then this is vertical farming, where we have one company in the community that's doing very well with the vertical farming. And that technology is getting better and better too. So I think the opportunity for that is huge. There is a diversification of our economy that quite simply will create employment and good. No council meeting should really run more than 3.5 hours. It's not good for council. There's so much. Then you've just got so much more stuff to read and to learn about. So first of all, the plan. If you've got an agenda that's that large, just cut it in two. Right now we have council meetings every second week. We used to have council meetings every week. That was one of the things that I brought forth. There was no need to. And so council's meetings every second week. So if we need an extra council meeting, throw one in between. There's no reason to run till midnight. Because it's just not, council's not effective either. They're just not. Quite simply, the meetings need to be better controlled. Whereas some individuals talk at length many times on the same subject. That doesn't need to be done. Making the public and media aware of what we're doing can only be a positive. We were working within a vacuum. Even council. Sometimes we weren't getting things till Monday afternoon. That doesn't make any sense for anybody. So now we get the agenda. We get the agenda on the Wednesday. Everybody else gets the agenda on the Thursday. It's been great. It allows me more time to prepare. Then we moved the meetings from Monday nights till Tuesday nights, which gave us an extra day to work with staff. Because we would get the agenda on Friday, and then we'd be able to talk to staff a little bit on Monday, but we had barely had any time. So council now is an opportunity to speak to staff. And that's been really a real plus for me. I developed a much better relationship with staff, so I have a better understanding of what they do, and they've been very accommodating, educating me on where things are. They always make time to do so. It's been great in that aspect. And some councillors, and I heard that they didn't want to be bothered on weekends. That's your job. You get bothered on it's not you're getting bothered. That is your job. If somebody calls you on a Sunday, you deal with issues. Some people work during the week, so they might give you a call on a Sunday. And I'll tell you that that's been one of the, I must say, a little bit of surprise. I've gotten a lot of calls, but much less than I thought I was going to get. And 99% of them have been extremely positive. People are just, some real concerns, and also some suggestions and just some questions. I've had very little problems with the community. It's actually been, I guess it's probably the main reason why I'm running again is the people that I've met. And really going out there and understanding these issues that are really important to them. But also, a lot of the people that I've talked to have really taught me a lot about a lot of different things in the community that I wasn't aware of. And let's face it, not everybody has a full background that understands all of the operations of the city. And some people have been extremely helpful in helping to educate me on budgeting, on building practices, on roads. If you believe in stuff, you're going to be passionate. And I've been guilty of that. There's no doubt about that. And I put a lot of time and effort in preparing for every council meeting. And so therefore, when I bring forward these ideas, these are informed positions. Now, have I been guilty of being too passionate at times or too loud? Yes. But I can honestly say that hasn't happened for a couple of years. I know people, that's what they remember, and that's fine. But it did make people pay attention because things were going forward and just being rubber stamped. And then all of a sudden, people started paying attention to council meetings. Now, did I change my manner? Yes, I did. And I've done it in a different manner. Instead of raising my voice, I've just used stronger language, let's just say. But I've kept my tone down. So I understand that. That's something I had to work on. However, I was taken off all of committees by council for speaking my opinion. Just my opinion. I've never attacked anybody personally. I've attacked ideas and I've attacked opinions, but never anybody personally. And I was taken off all committees for an issue that I was eventually proven right on. 100% right on. And yet council still decided that I should not be put back on committees, even though I was democratically elected by the people of Ward 5. It's funny because wherever I go, and just some individual takes risks. Just don't lose your temper.
Right.
And I said, I appreciate that, but you realize I haven't lost my temper for at least a couple of years now. But people, that's what they remember. Did make people aware of what was going on. Like Stars and Thunder was brought forward on a Friday. I didn't get that till Friday afternoon. Then it got brought forth on a Monday. That's why it was so important to change the whole agenda process, so that not only council was made aware of what's going on, but everybody should be made aware. Well, I think I should be re-elected because people know where I stand. It's quite clear. I'm passionate about the city of Timmins. People know that I do my homework, that I work hard for people in the community. I've been across this community for constituents and to not join. Whereas I'm elected in Ward 5, I have literally gone to meet with people in every ward. And I will continue to work hard for the people just in the same manner that I am now, that I always have. And I will always be responsible, accountable, and transparent. That's what I've always pushed for everybody else. And that's why whenever any issue ever comes to council, you'll always see that I always express an opinion. Sometimes it's just 10 seconds. But people know where I stand. And people should know where all members of council stand. And that doesn't happen very often. A lot of times things get passed and people have no idea where their members of council stand on the issue. They deserve to know.